Give up the obsession with degrees, learn skills. Raghuram Rajan's warning on AI that shakes India. Imagine this, there is a young person with a shiny degree in hand, a mark sheet framed on the wall, but an empty pocket and uncertainty in the eyes. On the other side, there is a plumber with tools in hand, sweat on the face, but steady income, respect, and confidence at the end of the month. The question arises, who is wrong? The degree holder or the skilled worker? And an even bigger question, is India still pushing children onto a path that may leave them standing in a crowd of unemployed people tomorrow? This is the question that has deeply concerned former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan. Raghuram Rajan is not an ordinary commentator. He has observed India's economy very closely, from academia to global finance and policy making. When he says, give up the obsession with degrees, learn skills, it is not an emotional slogan but a serious warning. In this age of AI, where everyone is gripped by fear of machines, Rajan makes a different point. There are some jobs that will not disappear. And the surprising part is that India is not preparing its children for exactly those jobs. Today, India faces a strange paradox. On one hand, there are millions of young people. On the other, companies say they cannot find skilled workers. Crores of degrees are awarded every year, but jobs are not created. Why? Because a deep gap has formed between degrees and skills. Rajan points directly at this gap. He says we are teaching children theory, but not how to actually work. There is an atmosphere of fear around AI across the world. People say machines will take away jobs. But Rajan looks at this fear from a different perspective. According to him, AI will transform many white-collar jobs, but many forms of manual work will remain just as important. Plumbers, electricians, mechanics, aircraft engine repair technicians, their work is not so easy to replace with automation. So the question arises, if these jobs are essential, why is India not preparing its youth for them? Look at today's education system. From school to college, there is only one race. Score well, get a degree, then look for a job. But no one asks what you can actually do with that degree. How many children, after passing class 12, can fix a pipe? How many graduates can operate a basic machine? How many postgraduates can solve a technical problem with their own hands? The answer is often uncomfortable, very few. Rajan deliberately uses the example of plumbing because it holds a mirror up to society's mindset. In India, a plumber is often seen as a lesser profession. Parents want their child to become an engineer, a doctor, a manager. But they fail to see that a good plumber, who knows his work, values his time, and charges the right price from customers, can earn more than many degree holders. Rajan is not talking only about income here. He is talking about dignity. He clearly says that a degree alone is not necessary for success. This may sound simple, but in a country like India, it is a revolutionary idea. When Rajan says that he does not need a degree in French or English literature and would happily take a technical course in modern plumbing, he is actually questioning society's thinking. Have we not glorified degrees far more than necessary? The impact of this mindset is not limited to employment. It affects the entire economy. When millions of young people graduate with degrees that have no direct use in the market, they either remain unemployed or take up jobs for which they are overqualified. This increases frustration, reduces productivity, and creates social unrest. Rajan's concern is that India is increasingly getting trapped in this cycle. But the problem is not just about mindset, it is also about the system. Rajan says we must take apprenticeships seriously. Learning does not mean sitting only in a classroom. Learning means working with an experienced person, making mistakes, correcting them, and gradually becoming a master. In many developed countries, apprenticeships are seen as a respectable path. There, a child does not feel ashamed to say that they are training in a trade. In India, unfortunately, it is seen as a second-class option. Rajan also says that skilled trades should not be limited to technical ability alone. Entrepreneurship must be included as well. A good plumber should not only know how to fix pipes, but also how to price his work, manage expenses, communicate with customers, and grow his business. In other words, along with skills, business sense is equally important. Our education system has completely failed to connect these two. In this entire debate, there is another serious issue that is often ignored: early childhood development. Rajan has clearly said, we are failing some of our children in childhood itself. This is a very heavy statement. He is pointing toward malnutrition. Even today in India, a large number of children do not develop properly, both physically and mentally. If the body and mind do not fully develop, how will they meet the demands of future work? AI, automation, and the modern economy do not demand skills alone. They also demand stamina, focus, and adaptability. A child struggling with malnutrition will neither be able to do physically demanding work nor handle cognitively complex tasks later in life. Rajan warns that if India wants to become a developed nation by 2047, it cannot afford to leave 35% of its workforce in such a fragile condition. Reducing malnutrition is not just a health issue, it is a question of economic future. Here, the picture becomes even clearer. On one hand, we talk about AI, startups, and global leadership. On the other hand, our children are deprived of basic nutrition, basic education, and basic skills. This contradiction cannot last for long. Either we change our priorities, or we will create a generation that remains trapped between dreams and reality. The real meaning of Rajan's message is that education must be redefined. Education does not mean only books and examinations. Education means being prepared for life. It means understanding that not every child will become a doctor or an engineer, and not everyone should. Society needs all kinds of skills. Until we accept this truth, the problems of unemployment and the skill gap will continue. This change will not be easy. Parents' mindsets will have to change, school curricula will need to be updated, colleges will have to be connected with industry, and most importantly, skilled work must be given respect. The day a plumber, electrician, or technician receives the same social respect that a corporate manager does today, real change will begin. The age of AI is both a threat and an opportunity for India. A threat because if we are not prepared, machines will expose our weaknesses. An opportunity because if we focus on the right skills, India can become the world's largest skilled workforce. But for that, we must let go of the obsession with degrees and embrace skills. Raghuram Rajan's warning is actually an invitation to change our thinking, to reform the system, and to prepare for the future. This warning is not meant to scare, but to awaken. Because if we continue to believe that only degrees are the key to success, the future could be extremely harsh for many young people. In the end, the real question is not just which jobs AI will eliminate. The real question is what kind of life we are preparing our children for. One where they only have degrees written on paper, or one where they have skills in their hands that no machine can easily take away. The decision has to be made today, because the future waits for no one.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.